Hey ladies and gentlemen, these are the tomatoes that were here from the other day that I was saying I had planted. See, I got several here. These are the ones that are out in the open. They don't look quite as good as these ones here are starting to turn green right here in the middle. That are a little more sheltered. You got some coming down up right in here. These are starting to, oh yeah, this one's really starting to turn green here. Get nice right in the middle of them. Oh, look at this one. No yellow on it whatsoever. God didn't make plants to grow in on a bare dirt garden. Everything is covered around here. These all look better. And we got some yellow back out here once we get up to these that are out in the sun. Look at that, that's all yellowed out. Yeah, it's just the way they are. Things are a little different. Here at Winds of Change Farm, we're looking to change the way things are done. Look to a more natural methods that respect God's creation a little better. This is the swale coming down into the pond. Catches what comes off the road there. Down there it used to be, I've mentioned before in other videos, that the water would come from up there by the road, which is right up this way. Right up in there is where the water comes under the road, and used to drain right down through this field, right down through here, and across. This is all open. Come right down here, drains down this hill, right into that drainage culvert, and out the other side. Over there, down at somebody else's property. It didn't help us much at all. This lower portion down here was so wet you couldn't hardly do anything in it through the spring. And in the summer, when it rained, this got wet, but it was full of weeds because it stayed so much more green. There was one dark strip of green grass running right up through the middle here, and everything else would be brown come mid-July or so. Well, last year that's changed for us. Put this pond in several years ago. Pond, nothing. It's a test hole. It's maybe 15 feet around, and there's not even more than 2 feet of water in there right now. But it used to be every time that it rained, this thing would fill right up and overflow out that side. And well, that was the first swale I put in. Down over here was to help collect anything that came off of that, out of that pond. Right here was the overflow from the pond. Right down in here. Everything would run out from there and right through this. It's not very much of a ditch, but it used to be a little deeper here. Into this swale. And across, it would run down into our woods there on the other side. It's no longer an issue for us because this thing has not overflowed in all of 2020. And well, not in 2021 yet either. Even the other weekend when we got 2 inches of rain within about a 36-hour period. 2 inches of rain in about a 36-hour period. And you can see where the water line came up to there on the other side. Let's see, so the water line came up to right about here. So we're down about a foot, maybe 14 inches from where it had been. And that was getting all that rain at one time. This thing is not sealed. Like I said, it was not dug for be a pond. It was dug to see how much water we would collect. The plan was to someday actually dig a proper pond here, about 2.5 to 3 times this size, and seal it up proper. But this thing, if it gets water above about where it is now, it gets leaky. Because that dam is not very wide. It's only about 8 feet wide at the bottom of it. And this over here, this is dry now, but this all gets completely saturated. Right down through here when that water level gets up any higher. So I have a couple little swales pushing the water over here. This is where our big apple trees are, and got a couple of swales cut down through the woods there. Not much of a swale, more of just a little ditch, diversion ditch to keep the water on the property instead of running off to somebody else's. Soak it in up high and you don't have the water issues, the water table issues. So anyway, I finished up these plants. Here's the last couple that I had right in through here. And again, thanks for watching. Have a good day.